Hey guys, this time I'm going to be doing a bit of a voiceover just to see how you guys like it. And if you think my voice is just a little bit stinky, there is a version without the voiceover in the description. Anyways, I'm going to be explaining on what is going on and some neat little tricks that you don't really notice. Like right up here, there is some bacteria you have to go through, and while running through it, if you happen to let go of sprint, you won't be able to sprint again until you're out of it. So if you're like jumping through it, make sure to not let go, or you'll be stuck to walking until you exit. Now here, the moment we activate all the valves, we get a checkpoint. So we can just restart the level, we spawn here, and we get to cut some time. Here, we got some lovely ladder animations. Cool, huh? And don't mind the face cam, thank you. Now upcoming is the first valve section. Also the only one we do, as we skip the second and the third. I would consider this part the hardest section of the whole level, as there is quite a bit of RNG with the clumps pathing. If you don't know what the clump is, it's the little tentacle monster that you find in Hotel Chase and here. Now there is about a 50-50 chance for the clump to be walking towards my direction here, or the opposite. Now you're probably curious on why I walked for a little just right then. Well, my goal is to start the animation just a little later, because if he does happen to walk my direction, he will be right past me. As you can see, if I started the animation without walking, he will see me and kill me. And one big thing to take note of is that he can't aggro onto you while twisting the valve. So, pretty cool. Now, I'm in a pretty good spot here. There is a pretty high chance for me to clear this section safely because the last 3 valves are in this little area, and it's quite rare for him to come back before I finish them. Now at the beginning, if he didn't come my direction at all, he will still be lurking in this little area, and there's a pretty high chance for him to see me, so we are in a good spot. As you can see, I'm taking a peek to the right, just in case he does decide to show up, and if he was there, we would reset instantly. Also, comment below if you know what I'm trying to say. Please. And yeah, once we start the level, we hold right, and we exit. And just right there was one of the few minor mistakes I made. Pretty sad. And also, if you didn't know, this run is a world record, just by a third of a second, so very close. Now, you're probably like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Well, I minimized my screen just a little bit so I can tab out of the game for an upcoming glitch. You'll see in a second. You also may be curious on why I'm skipping the valves and the bridge. Well, it's to skip the whole section because I'm cool like that. And once again, with bacteria coming up, which means hold sprint while running through it. And you may have to jump right at the end just so you don't die. And here is where tabbing out comes into play. Ta-da! Now that one is a bit hard to explain on how it's done. But basically, when you tab out, your character is still falling, but then it skips the swimming animation, and you just zip right through, and that is how you skip the second valve section. Now, this part, you have to be a little bit careful with your stamina, as it's all uphill, and you have to be extra careful with your timing, as it's pretty easy to run out. And here, we got the third valve section. And it's actually kinda easy to skip it. Just do a little hop to here, and boom, you skipped it. Now it's basically just a running stretch to the finish line, and sadly enough, my second mistake was right here. I'm actually not entirely sure how to avoid that. I could be facing too far to the right, but wah. Now this pathing does seem to be a little weird, but I found it to be fastest because swimming is very slow, and you can't fast swim like Thalassophobia. Now we're just running to the end, and just like that, we did it. 4:48. Woohoo! And tomorrow, will probably be fun plus. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys.